Hello, thank you for coming back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 of my current favourite roll and writes, or flip and writes, verb and writes. I'm going to talk about 5 of my favourite verb and write games at the moment. But before we go anywhere, if you could please click that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you get notified anytime a new video comes up, that would be amazing. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, these are 5 roll and writes that I particularly am enjoying at the moment. They're not in any particular order. I'd say I enjoy them all equally. Some of them I probably will play more than others at the moment, and some of them are quite new to me and I've only played them once or twice, but I can really feel that they're going somewhere, and they're probably going to be up the top of my roll and write list, if that is such a thing. So, first up is I'm going to talk about is Welcome to the Moon. Now, this is a tricky one for me, because if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I prefer Welcome to. There, I said it, let's get the elephant out of the room straight away. Personally, I prefer Welcome to. The reason for that is that it's simpler, it's quicker, and it's everything I want from a roll and write. Welcome to the Moon has that, and it has that in abundance. But for me, it has too much. Welcome to the Moon is fantastic, and it has a lot to do in the game, and it has a lot of different maps. So, for example, you have a lot of different modules, a lot of different sheets, loads of stuff to do. There's tons of it. And it is campaigny, so you can go through the boxes within the game and go through the campaign and follow the story in the campaign book itself. And that's really good, and it's good that you can come back to it and continue a story and that kind of thing. But for me, what I want from a roll and write is something that I can just play the game, go, good game, and put it away. And you can do that. You can pick any sheet at any time and just do it. But the ease of use, with Welcome to, I feel like I can just grab a sheet and I know exactly what I'm doing. With Welcome to the Moon, I grab a sheet and I'm having to look back on the instructions just to make sure I know exactly what I'm doing before I do it. And that might not be an issue with the game, that might be an issue with me. So for yourself, you might really, really enjoy Welcome to the Moon and everything it gives you, because it gives you a lot more in there. But for me, it's good, but it misses what Welcome to has. And luckily, Welcome to is available on Board Game Arena, so I can still play Welcome to whenever I want. And Welcome to the Moon has a place in my collection because of that. I can still play Welcome to. I can play Welcome to the Moon. It just doesn't come to the table as much as it probably should do for a roll and write, I guess. Next up on the list is Trails of Tucana. This is a really interesting, again, a flip and write. So it's using cards instead of dice. What I really like about this is it's the simplicity of the game. It's not overly complex. It's take it to the table, you get it done, you do it, happy days, you move on. I'd be lying if the game wasn't, for me, going, oh, there's toucans. There are not really toucans. There are toucans, tiny toucans, but there's not enough toucan. That's the negative, would be not enough toucan. So in Trails of Tucana, you are flipping over cards to draw a line between sites. So you'll put your letters around the outside and you are drawing 2 cards, and you have to you basically draw a line between the 2 ground types. So whether it's rock or water or forest or sand and desert. And you're trying to go through the objectives, so you can circle them here, so you can gain more points and get more points. Fundamentally, that's it. That is the game. There's a lot of cards. There's a lot of objectives. So there is more than just draw a list, but draw a line through a map. But for me, sometimes a roll and write all I want, or a flip and write, all I want is just to get it to the table, play it on my own, play it with someone, get the game done, and then put it back in the box. So for me, that's where this one sits. It's a really fun game. Thematically, it's fine. As I said, it's the whole. There's not a huge amount of theme in there. It's a trial. It's your Indiana Jones. You're trying to find temples. You're trying to get there, but it's more of a puzzle trying to get to one to the other quicker than your opponents, or for yourself to get a high score, that kind of thing. So Trials of Tucana is a very good, fun flip and write, good quality, good fun, like really nice art as well. Art and design on there. It's not, again, it's just a case of turning over cards, picking that kind of thing. It's good, fun. Trials of Tucana. So for my next choice is my newest and my heaviest roll and write in my collection. And that is Three Sisters. Now I know I spoke about Welcome to the Moon earlier, and I said it was a bit too much involved. And that was more remembering what all the sheets did. That's what made that one a bit more complicated for me. This is definitely the heaviest. And it's hugely popular at the moment, and it's a really, and I can see why. It's fantastic. In Three Sisters, you are building. You have two sheets. You have your farm, and you have multiple sheets here to get. And you're essentially using a rondel, and you're moving your little farmer around the rondel, and then you get to choose the two actions on the rondel as you're going round. So you're rolling your dice depending on player count. Also, I'm going to just add these dice. I love them. There's a pumpkin, and why would you not want a pumpkin dice? But just the whole orange, that kind of, I don't know, what's that look? That crystally kind of, that look on the dice. Really nice. Easy to roll. Very satisfying. Anyway, so you'll have your dice, and you'll select your dice, and you put them on the rondel where you want to go and what you want to use, and then you keep going around that way, scoring points, growing different crops, whether you're growing pumpkins or corn or beans or fruit trees, or you're getting things for your shed and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot going on in the game, so many choices. It's really, there's a lot there. There's a lot going on. I wouldn't, if you're just getting into roll and writes, flip and writes, which, to be fair, I've only really been playing roll and writes, flip and writes for a little while. It was a long time before I even had one, longer than probably should have been. And it has an excellent solo mode. So if you are into solo gaming, want something a bit heavier of an evening or an afternoon, then this is definitely one to think about. There is a lot more things to think about. There's a lot more thought that goes into the game. Definitely worthwhile having a look at and thinking about it. You play it over the 8 rounds. It's a very interesting, very good roll and write to look at. So that's Three Sisters. Check that one out. So the next game is probably my most played ever roll and write. The one I will always get out to the table, the one I will always introduce to new people and new players, and that is Next Station London. There is something so delightfully simple about Next Station London that it just makes you want to come back for more, beat your high score and that kind of thing. It's a very good game, and also you can teach this to anybody. It's not like your Three Sisters where it's got a bit more complicated scoring or anything like that. Yes, it does have complicated scoring. It has a bit of math to do. So in Next Station London, you are given a blank tube map. And each round, you are playing with a different colour. You may be playing with green, blue, pink, or purple. And you start on your relevant station. And there are cards, and you flip a card, for example this, and you have to literally draw a line from the station to a square, and then the next card will be drawn, and it'll be to a pentagon or a triangle or a circle, or you'll have a card that does go to any station, or you'll have a card that's a siding. When the final pink card has been drawn, that's the end of the round. So you may have only drawn 5 lines because all 5 pinks might have come out straight away. So that's it. That's, in a nutshell, that's the game. You'll get bonus points. So you can see there's lots of grid squares. You get bonus points for the largest number in a grid. You get points for going through large amounts of grids. You get points for going over the river, or under the river technically. You get points for going to monuments, which are these little ones with little stars on them. You get points for multiple colours coming out of single stations. So you can't cross a line, but you can cross through a station, and that will give you extra modifiers and extra points there. And that's pretty much it. There are advanced rules. There's another deck of cards in the box that will give you extra scoring things as well. So there's more and more to add. If you want more complexity, you can put more complexity in there. If you want less complexity in there, you can make it less complex for you. As I said, it's the perfect roll and write. It's the perfect transport it anywhere, take it wherever you want, and it's small enough, just play it anywhere. So Next Station London definitely should be on your roll and write list. And last but not least, it would be remiss of me not to talk about Rolling Realms. This was actually the first roll and write that I got. It's very good. It felt very complicated to start with, if I'm being perfectly honest. I couldn't work out what any of it meant, but that was because I wasn't used to it. But now this is a go-to game. Like Next Station London was, this is the absolute go-to roll and write. What also is particularly good about Rolling Realms is it is essentially a living roll and write. Is that a thing? Like a living card game, but a living roll and write. Because in the box, you get a number of realms. And all the realms are from different Stonemaier games. So you've got your Wingspans, your Scythes, your Viticultures, your Charterstone, you're Between Two Cities, Between Two Castles. You've got all of those games in there as realms. But as new games are released, like for example Libertalia recently released, they've released a realm for Libertalia, or a card for Libertalia. And as they release more, there are more promo realms as well. So there's promos for Honeybuzz and other games not made by Stonemaier that are jumping into this. So for an infinitely scalable, infinitely replayable roll and write, Rolling Realms is the go-to game. So every realm plays differently. So, for example, let's look at Viticulture. So with Viticulture, you need to roll the dice, you need to roll the number in the grapes so you can circle the grapes. And when you circle that, so if you roll a 1, you can circle these grapes. That gives you this resource, it gives you a coin. Every resource you gain, you circle on your resource sheet, and you can use those resources to give you perks and give you benefits to enable you to put more numbers on more of the cards. Each game you have 3 cards. Sounds a bit more complicated than it actually is in the grand scheme of things. When you're playing it, you just get used to it. The only thing is learning the rules of all the different realms as they come up, which is pretty simple. The biggest, most beautiful, chunky dice as well. Some big, colourful, chunky realm dice. And that's it. It's really simple. Everything is in the box. And as I said, it's infinitely scalable. As many players as you want. You can play online because this was a passion project that came over the pandemic. So it came out of that with playing games online and not being able to meet up. So you can get these realms on the Stonemaier website. You can actually print off the little PDF thing, so you can play with people online, play with people over Zoom, play with people all over the world, play with people on live streams of Instagram or whatever. So all you need is a copy of the game, or at least a copy of the photograph of the realm. It's all you need to play the game, and a set of dice. So it's a really, really well thought out, beautifully designed, and in typical Stonemaier fashion, exquisite. Just everything from production to quality of game. The other thing is, with solo mode, you have a mini golf, so you can actually play the realms as a like a little mini golf game, and to beat your high score or lowest score, because it's golf, but high score. Yeah, so Rolling Realms is definitely up there as one of the absolute cream of the crops when it comes to roll and writes. Everyone should have it. It is one of the best, if not the best. That's all subjective, isn't it? But yeah, so that's it. Let me know what your favourite roll and write, flip and write is. Have you played Next Station London, Rolling Realms, Three Sisters, Trials of Tucana, Welcome to the Moon? Let me know in the comments below, as always. Let me know what you're playing. I'd really love to find some new roll and writes or flip and writes that I haven't tried yet. Really excited to hear what you have to say. Thank you for watching the video. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment, hit the little bell icon. It all means a lot to me. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.